OK, let's bring you this. It's looking like Raheem Sterling will stay at Chelsea or move to Arsenal today. There is just as much chance of him staying, we are hearing, as leaving. Sterling is not involved in any club-to-club discussions. His immediate future will depend on how conversations develop today. What we're hearing, Sterling's family are settled in London, wants to play regularly in the Premier League. He also wants to win back his place in the England squad. Sterling has worked with Mikel Arteta before, has a very good relationship with him. Arsenal are a club who will challenge for titles and are in the Champions League, so that's a big tick. He's got 3 years left on his Chelsea contract, so he's not under any pressure to move. Raheem Sterling's Arsenal focus is in the final few hours of this window to try and get that deal done if it's going to go through. However, Arsenal are looking to reinforce the goalkeeping department. We know that Neto will have a medical today ahead of that loan move from Bournemouth. They could also bring in another keeper today, we are hearing. But they do have their eyes open to strengthening that forward line. Bayern Munich's Kingsley Coman is one they've considered. However, Raheem Sterling is also thought to have been offered to Arsenal. That, I would think, would be a little inward leap of joy for Jay Bothroyd, who is hearing that. Well, what do you make?
It's a big smile.
What do you make of that? Raheem Sterling, considering the number of games they've got, Martinelli one side, Saka the other, they can't play them all. Trossard, obviously, is another option in those positions. But with his experience as well and his relationship with Arteta, would that be an ideal move for both parties?
I love that. I love that move. I think Sterling's a top player still. He went to Chelsea. He started off pretty well, but then obviously it tapered off. I think that was due to the ins and outs and so many players. The team was never settled. But again, I look at that and I think it could be a loan move. But it will be great for both parties. I think he's an upgrade on Martinelli. I think he's an upgrade on Trossard. He's worked with Arteta before. I think he'll be a threat. He scores goals. He'll be playing in a team that is challenging for the title. Whether you like it or not, I'm sorry, I'm going to upset you, but Arsenal are just a better team than Chelsea. So I would look at it and say, it's a great move for it's a great move for Sterling. Like you said, his family is settled in London. He is a London boy. I'd love to have him there.
Okay. See, I'm old enough to remember SAS, which was Sutton and Shearer, but Arsenal could have SAS, Saka and Sterling now on either flank, and that you feel would be pretty good.
I like it. We've seen Sterling as well play up front as a number 9. He can do that, running behind, be a false 9. But I think it's a great move that Arteta's trying to bring him in because, like you said, Coman coming from Bayern to the Premier League. He's never played in the Premier League. He's not used to it. Well, I look at Sterling and I say he's used to it. He knows what it's all about. He's going to a better team. They're going to create chances. They're going to play the kind of football that's similar to Man City. Overall, it's a great move, if he can make it happen.
I want to go back to the Raheem Sterling news, actually, Jay, that we heard about 10 minutes or so ago, that he's either going to stay at Chelsea or move to Arsenal today. It looks the most likely club that he would go to. What I want to ask you is, we've heard a lot about the wages and the fact that a lot of clubs haven't come in because of the wages that Sterling is on, over 300k a week. Does that disrupt a potential title-challenging dressing room if someone comes in and, let's say, he's on the highest wages there, but he's not necessarily a starter? Is that disruptive?
I don't think it's disruptive, especially if you're a player like Sterling that's coming in that can bring that kind of quality, bring that experience, bring that versatility into the squad. It's a lot of money that he's on at Chelsea, and I feel like normally when loans happen, normally a club like Arsenal or the club that he's going to will cover a large percentage of that. But I think players will be excited about this. I think fans will be excited about it. I've actually heard fans talk about Sterling going to Arsenal before he went to Chelsea. So I think the players will be looking at that and saying, yeah, it's a great addition to the squad.
Just thinking, Rob, sorry. I was just thinking about the clubs that Raheem Sterling has played for in his career. And it's incredible.
Bad ones.
That he's only 29 years old. We're talking Liverpool, Manchester City, Chelsea, potentially Arsenal, four of the best teams in the country, and he's 29 years old. I mean, it's some career, isn't it?
Amazing career. I think he started off really well at Liverpool. Obviously, you know his quality if he's played for all the best teams. He's still 29. I'm surprised that Chelsea are letting him go. I'm surprised that they're saying that he's not good enough, basically, for the squad. And a team like Arsenal, we took Havertz. There was questions about that by, he's been an enigma, I'm going to say, in my opinion, but he's done really well. He scored goals, scored important goals. And this could be another player that we take from Chelsea and turn his career around.
There is a list of others who perhaps went from
We don't
Chelsea
talk about
to
that list, though.
David Luiz.
That's the past. That's the past. Now.
OK. No, I hear you. That relationship with Arteta, how important is that? Perhaps he's worked with him at Manchester City and they know each other. Is that important? You've got about 30 seconds to answer that one.
Definitely. I think when you've worked with a manager before, especially Arteta being a coach at Man City, he knows all about him, he knows his character, he knows what he's good at, and he believes that he can be very positive within the Arsenal team. And I think that's why he's looking at it and saying, we'll take him.